Skull Merchant preview. How do I resize this? Good. Design preview, the Skull Merchant Part 2. Here we go. Welcome back to another edition of the Skull Merchant Design Preview. As we mentioned in our recent status update, we received a great deal of valuable feedback from you on our initial rework proposal. Today, we're excited to share an evolution of this rework. This places a considerable focus on Skull Merchant's role as a high-tech hunter, a modern slasher, if you will, who uses the tools at her disposal to generate a network of information as she keeps tabs on her prey, weakens them, and then goes in for the kill when the time is right. Let's first dive into the specific changes. What's changed? We've removed the killer aura reveal when hacking a drone. So now this is talking about the things that they had in the first proposal. So this has nothing to do with current Skull Merchant. This is changes from their initial design preview. People didn't like that survivors would get free aura reading on the killer for hacking the drone. They thought that was too strong, so it looks like that's out. The global detection power detects survivors who are running or walking, keeping this consistent with how drones detect players. Stealth drone scan lines are now visible, but will not extend entirely down to the ground, providing a visual indicator for survivors to crouch walk as a counteraction. Okay. Skull Merchant has two different types of drones, 5 deployable stealth drones, as previously mentioned, and 1 drone buddy, name pending, that hovers directly over her shoulder. Aw, drone buddy, that sounds so cute and fun. No, this is not a separate AI-controlled entity. All right, drone buddy. Name pending. Why can't we just call it drone buddy? I want to keep calling it drone buddy. I like drone buddy. Stealth drones function as previously stated, but drone propulsion only injures and not downs survivors. Any survivor hit by drone propulsion is tagged and tracked with a claw trap. Claw traps can be removed by survivors following a held interaction. Okay. Skull Merchant gains an activatable ability that fires an EMP dart from her drone buddy. This ranged attack has a small AoE and downs survivors tracked with a claw trap. The EMP dart does not hurt survivors if they are not tracked with a claw trap. Interesting. Sound interesting? Let's break this down. Does sound interesting. Thank you for asking. Let's break this down by looking at it in the context of an example chase from the perspective of the Skull Merchant. Okay. Deploy and detect. Your first order of business is to make use of the tools in your arsenal to figure out where survivors are. You begin by deploying a stealth drone and piloting it to a high traffic loop, where you leave it passively scanning. Switching focus back to the Skull Merchant, you head towards another loop, activating your global detection power in hopes of catching a survivor heading to their first gen. I saw people asking for this eye in the sky back, like as an indicator that they are being tracked. This little red eye in the sky. Okay. Oh no! I like the little comic book. Both the global detection power and your passive stealth drone detect separate survivors, notifying you of their whereabouts on your radar. You're now perfectly situated for a chase. Tag and track. Switching focus back to the idling stealth drone, you see a survivor who was detected running away. They had that eye in her PTB. Yeah. People were saying they wanted it back. Making use of the stealth drone's increased movement speed, you give chase. Mid-chase, you see an opportunity to strike, launching your stealth drone forward with drone propulsion and hitting the survivor. Not only does this injure them, but it attaches a claw trap to them, and this inflicts the broken status effect and tracks the survivor on your radar. Wait, and then you can shoot the dart with them with the drone buddy? So is this going to be like a 1-2 punch thing? You hit them with the drone propulsion, it puts on the claw trap, and then your drone buddy go, phew, and downs them? While drone propulsion can't be used to down a survivor, why does she need so many abilities, bro? That's the new way of the killers in DBD. Lots of abilities. While drone propulsion can't be used to down a survivor, this opens them up to her other ability. How many EMP darts she got? Does she have to reload these? Is it unlimited? What's going on with this? What is the cooldown of between darts? Use your EMP dart to down them. At this point, the Skull Merchant could take matters into her own hands and hunt down the claw trap survivor by hand with an M1 attack, but where's the fun in that? Hovering over her shoulder at all times is her prized little drone buddy, which hides a secret weapon. By charging up and releasing the activatable ability when in control of the Skull Merchant, her buddy drone fires a short to mid-range EMP dart that hits with a small AoE. If a survivor is being tracked with the claw trap, the dart will activate this fearsome contraption, downing them. Good hunting. It's like a net or what? So this AoE means area of effect, right? So it doesn't have to like hit them. It's going to be kind of like the unknown goo ball, that it's going to be like, if you're in this, you're hit, right? Like the bubble gum. Yeah. The EMP is just going to bzzzt. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Good hunting. Ah, look at little drone buddy. He's got a little bow on his neck. Okay. So even if it doesn't hit you, if you're in this area of effect, you're survivor perspective. Well, that's all good. That's well and good. But if you're a survivor, how are you supposed to deal with these high-tech tools? Exactly. Stealth drone passively scanning an area, either crouch walk to avoid the scan lines, or hack it to send this drone back to the Skull Merchant's personal stores. Oh, so it's just out of play when you hack it? The picture on the bottom right. Good thing we're not on YouTube. I might have to edit it for blood, you know? Okay, so what? Stop. Red light, green light. Red light, green light. Here's a global detection notification. So that's probably the eye in the sky, right? Same as above, begin crouch walking or stop moving altogether to avoid having your location given away. So it's like dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. Can't see you if you don't move. Notice a stealth drone being piloted. Keep to tight loops and you'll be ready to juke to prevent the stealth drone from attaching a claw trap to you. What is going on in this? Afflicted with a claw trap and see the Skull Merchant approaching, be ready to juke her EMP dart. It has a short charge time, so use this time to put an obstruction between you both. Okay, so it can't go through a wall like the unknown bubblegum then. This is too much for my brain to process. Afflicted with a claw trap and feeling hidden, hold the interact button to remove it. So is it going to be like the up, down, left, right to get rid of it again still? So it looks like, I don't know what's happening in the bottom right here. Is that you're safe through the wall or what? I'm having trouble with this comic book. I need like, meanwhile, back at Wayne Manor, like I need somebody to explain this to me a little bit. The drone's flying here. This is Drone Buddy. Drone Buddy shoots. It hits the wall. I don't know what's happening in this third panel here. Survivors going down. Drone. Oh, is this like, this is overhead? Like this is drone propulsion where it's coming at you or something? Okay, so this is overhead. Look, drone propulsion. It's coming at you. And you don't want to get claw trapped, so you juke around a wall. Maybe if you put a wall here, that'd That's the juking. And we're also juking this EMP dart. All right. Okay. Oh, remove claw trap. Okay, so it's just going to have like a timer on it, like mending to remove it. No up, down, left, right stuff. Not like the hacking. Remove the claw trap. Okay, we're going to pull it out like we do the taser prongs, right? Ah! Well, with that, we'd love to hear what you think of these changes. We'll be keeping a close eye on all our community channels and relaying any feedback back to the team. So don't hesitate to share your thoughts with us in the replies right here. While we won't be running a survey this time, we are taking note of the feedback you shared from the last iteration to inform future surveys. See you in the fog, the Dead by Daylight team. This looks amazing. I'm glad you kept the haste and the tracking with a completely different approach on how drones work in chase. Good work. I love it. She seems more interactive and definitely what I envisioned her to be when the chapter was first announced. It actually looks very fun. I think she doesn't need any more changes. A lot less of a dash killer now. I like it. This is much better. Keeps her power feeling unique without it being overwhelming to new players due to too many statuses to keep track of. P100 Skull Merchant here. We don't want a Skull Merchant rework. Make another similar killer. Respect main Skull Merchant, not the crying mains of the Survivor community. Make another killer with this rework, please. We are main Skull Merchant for how she is. Respect the minority main merchant. Make another killer who is his sister or something like that. Is this like stuff that you've collected from? Why is it like the same thing over and over again? Are these comments you've collected? What, you're just repeating yourself. What's going on? Chaos Shuffle's there now. This is incredible. The first preview left me a little skeptical as a Skull Merchant main, despite really enjoying the concept. But this second design preview knocked it out of the park. I can't wait. Well, this looks interactive from both sides. A million times more fun than its current and previous versions. Keep up this work because it looks very, very interesting. What is a held interaction? Oh yeah, because it says do a held interaction. I'm in love with the drawings. So it was impossible to make a killer whose main focus is map making. I'm personally disappointed. It would have been much better if this had been a preview of a new killer rather than a rework of the Skull Merchant. Okay, now that's, yeah, too long didn't read. Okay, here, they simplified it for us. Too long didn't read. Drone propulsion isn't going to work out, and you're putting more bells and whistles on this power than she currently has, making her just as complicated to keep track of. Whoever did these drawings deserves a raise, though. They're great. Sounds fun, but I feel like it would be quite weak. All right, I'm not going to read any more of that. All right, so that's your Skull Merchant design preview. Now remember, whatever they do here, this is into next year, right? This is all pre-planning stages. This is not anytime soon. So, bot comment. All right, enough of that.
It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.